LGBTQIA2 plus. There's LG, lesbian, gay, bisexual, um, LGBT, transgender, Q, queer, I, intersex, A, asexual, two, spirit, what was it? And then plus. So, um, lesbian just means, okay, you're a female and you're attracted to other females. And that's exclusive. So only other females. If you're a female and you're attracted to females and any other male, you're bisexual. There's different types of bisexual. So I believe omnisexual. There's a kind where the gender matters, and there's a kind where the gender doesn't matter. Pansexual is like some mix or something. Um, Basically, lesbian and gay, LG, they mean you're female, you're only attracted to females. Doesn't tell you what kind, what they look like, you can be whatever, you're lesbian. Gay, you're a male, and you're attracted to other males. Now, you could be transgender and lesbian or transgender and gay. So you could have been a guy turned into a girl. Okay, so now you're a girl. If you're a girl now and you're attracted to guys, then you're straight. You're heterosexual. If you're homosexual, now you're a girl. You're attracted to other girls. Um, G, T, L, G, oh, B. So bisexual. So either gender can be bisexual. Either race too. Race too. So bisexual is more common because you have people being like trans, or no, what's it called? Pansexual or queer, also transgender. If you're transgender, you might be a little bisexual. Usually, well, with some of these, it could be that you're like closeted and you're not like fully mature, and so you're exploring your sexuality. But a lot of people, I think there was like a movie with a scene where someone came out as gay and they were hiding, quote unquote, that they were still attracted to girls. So they were like sort of gay, sort of bisexual, but I think like they got dumped by a girl and then they went through this process and they became gay. But I don't know all the statistics and all the data. I just know that like LGBTQ. So transgender is I feel transgender is like less common than gay or lesbian, because if you're gay or lesbian, that could just be, oh, you're closeted. But to actually go through the process and change your gender is a whole process. Now, queer means you're not sure what you are. So, like, if I was queer, I wouldn't know. So people would ask me, and I would say I'm queer. So queer is like the one that you use when you don't know what sexuality you are. Now, QI, so intersex means it talks about your sexual orientation. So, or it talks about your gender. So, or maybe also your orientation, but it talks about your gender, your sex. So if you're intersex, you're somewhere of a mix between the two genders. So you're not fully male, you're not fully female. So you would have been born with like mixed reproductive biology, anatomy, and then A. So A stands for asexual. So asexual is all the way at the end. L G B T Q I6 A7 2 plus. So 2 is like two-spirit or something for Native Americans. And then the plus, the ninth is like for whatever else, because they're inclusive. But A, let's see, LGBTQIA, so 7. So the 7th is asexual. Now, asexual, a lot of people don't know what that means because in biology they teach you that asexual organisms reproduce with themselves. Humans can't reproduce with themselves. So, in terms of the orientation, so first there's two things. There's asexuality and aromanticism. So if you're asexual, it means you don't like sex. That's what it means. You could be asexual, still feel attraction, and you could still be romantic, not aromantic. So it just means touch, sex, sexual things. You're not as turned on. Like, if you look at me, if you look at my face, when I'm talking serious, I have no expression. It's just plain. And I can sit here and talk like this logically with anyone for as long as I want. But when I'm online and I often tell jokes of sexual nature, or even if I say something that to any degree could suggest a sexual nature, people could. This could happen to anyone, not just me. I'm just talking about myself, as I don't want to talk about other people. But for anyone, you could get banned, you could get blocked, you could get harassed back if you're harassing someone. Even if you say, I don't know, your shirt looks nice, or I don't know, I like the color of your hair. And the girl or guy on the other end of this sort of parasocial relationship, they could say, hey, don't say that. And if you're asexual and you're like fully asexual, that means you probably don't feel any attraction. You're probably aromantic too. Um, I don't know anyone who's asexual. I've met a lot of gay, lesbian, transgender, queer people online. Um, Bisexual, but asexual people is rare. The reason why is because not a lot of people are like desensitized or don't like enjoy sexual things. Like the whole reason why there's an LGBTQIA2 plus spectrum is because people like sex. People are trying to find other ways to breathe. Like you have these lesbian people, you have these gay people. They're doing anal. They're doing weird stuff. Um, Not a lot of people are gonna want to become asexual. It's kind of like if I don't know. If a new video game comes out and there's a character with a really cool ability, but you sacrifice all your stats, you're like the lowest stat character. As I remember when I used to play Neverwinter on my PS4, the Trickster Rogue, I think it was. My brother played as it. And if you don't know a Neverwinter, the Trickster Rogue is the weakest character. Almost no attack, no defense. Only like sort of a little speed, but not even. So my brother was a Trickster Rogue. Later he became a Ranger, and if you don't know, in Neverwinter, the Ranger is the strongest class and it's just like a Trickster Rogue, except like 10 times better. So later, my brother became a ranger, but he sacrificed. So the Trickster Rogue has an ability; it can unlock lock boxes. So my brother would go and unlock the boxes, and I would take what my class could use because I was a control wizard. And if you don't know another winter, a control wizard also sucks. But I don't have that ability. My ability is like something else. Um, um, basically, if you're asexual, um, you'll still be able to like find humor in sexual jokes. So often, if I tell a sexual joke online and people react weirdly, I can't just blame it off and say I'm asexual. But what I can do is if I'm talking to a girl or I'm talking about a girl, I can say, hey, I'm asexual. Um, I'm not saying this in a sexual way. I'm not saying anything sexual, first of all. In all of these occasions, it's usually something that people hear me say, they read it, and they misunderstand it. So let me actually pull up a GM because I want to do this. I want to actually pull up a GM and read it. I won't expose this person because they're nice, and I don't need to. But I want an example, a real example. So you're gonna get a real example, and after this, I'm gonna give some background. Okay, load. So here's some DMs from a guy and me that we were talking. So I was like, when was this? January 12th this year, so yesterday. Yesterday at 11:38 p.m. and now it's 11:41 p.m. So almost exactly a day ago, basically. So I say there's a girl who I have loved from the moment I met her in community, but I don't know her name, her username, or her real name. It's none of the girls who normally chat or whatever on Discord or stream. I think it's a girl called, but I'm not sure. No one has confirmed. Whoever name it is, she has a really amazing voice and is fun to be around. But she plays hard to get from how I saw her behave. I don't know what she looks like, just her voice. From a brief portion of League games, If you can get me her name, I would be very grateful. But unfortunately, with the limited details I could provide, I don't think you can. It was like, it was in like 2023, I think, or early 2024 when I met her. I need actually, I need actually met her. It was just hearing her voice in the stream. I don't know how well I can remember her gameplay, but I did see her play briefly. She was not bad. So that's everything I said at first, and then the guy was talking to respond. So he says, "Dude, she probably has no idea who you are. That's gonna make you look like a creep if you track her down." Then when I saw that later, like the next day, I said, or later that day. So then I was like, "What are you talking about? Calling me a creep? I'm literally asexual. I don't like touch or girls. I clearly said I don't know what she looks like. I'm only into voice and face. No girl, even the most attractive girl I've ever seen, who's like 4 times more attractive than any other girl I've seen, would I date or have sex with. So not even her. I'm not gay and I can still feel attraction, but I'm desensitized." So now the guy says, "Dude, that's not what I was meaning. Does she know you? It's just, it might come off weird to her if you track her down based off of her voice from a video made quite a while ago. I'm not saying you're a creep, but you might come off as one to her initially based on the circumstances of finding her." So then I said this, and then the guy understood. So then I said, "Why are you so fixated on calling me a creep? Do you understand where I'm coming from? I just want to find out which one is the one I remember. I don't want a relationship or friendship or sex or any of that. The only girls I would even consider being friends with are smart, genuine, kind, honest, intellectual, hardworking, etc., people, which are very rare like myself. You keep saying the same thing over and over. Stop repeating yourself. This is still me. You act like I don't already understand you when I do exactly. You're the one misunderstanding me. I don't care about romance or girls or sex or love or loss. I just want to know her name. If you go back to the original message, you will see. I just want to know if it was or whoever so that I can identify them. Right now, I don't know anything." Then I said, "Okay, my bad. The way you had it worded, I thought you wanted to find and meet this girl. I read it wrong, honest mistake." And then I joked with him. I was like, "The only whoa man I want is you. Whoa man." I was like, JK. Um, but yeah, so, the lesson, my face was too close. Uh, the lesson you get from that, wait, what's my, the lesson you get, so, um, wait, so, wait, let's check, yeah, we have to check. Okay, check done. So the lesson you get from that is, if you're asexual, you might not be into like body or like, you might, I don't know how to say it. Like the things you might like in, because you're still straight, like you can still feel a little bit of attraction, but it's just, and it might be for the emotional bond or emotional connection. Like there's stories about asexual girls or guys still banging as they want that emotional uh, connection. But uh, Yeah, so I am a bit asexual because I desensitize myself. So now I'm gonna get in. So what I said I was gonna get into. So first, when what smells? I don't know what smells. Um. So what? I don't know if I showed my screen. I'm gonna sit here as I don't feel like being anywhere else. So, 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 uh, so, how do I? Um, um, so, what was I gonna say? Alright, so I can't remember what I was gonna say, but let's talk about something else. So, no, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Never mind. So I'm gonna get some more uh, backstory or like context. So you're born, yeah, that's where I left off. So you're born, you're straight, you're cisgender, you're binary, you're not non-binary. So there's two genders. You're one of them. And let's say you're a girl. So you're a girl, you grow up, now you're a woman. Um, and let's say you became lesbian. So not a whole lot of lesbian chicks out there, like just straight lesbian. Like no pansexual, no queer, no bisexual, you're just straight lesbian. So not a lot of girls like that. A decent amount of guys in the LGBTQIA2+ are straight gay, like just gay, like nothing else. But and let's say you have like few of those, then bisexual you have like several, and then transgender there's maybe one in this group of people, like fair distribution of the population. And then queer, let's say you have like none, and asexual none, and intersex none. So how far would you have to go to start finding these people? So I read a statistic that like 2% out of the population is in like this spectrum, 2.5 to like 5%. So about standard deviation of 2. So, but now, what happening with the other 90 something percent? So the other 90 something percent, it's not just all the same people. So you have straight people who are not transgender, are romantic, are not asexual, they're not intersex, and they're cisgender, they're not transgender. So out of these people, you grow up, you're an adult. This is where it starts to get complicated. So if I go and I go up to someone, one of these people, the 90+%, the 95, 97, 97.5, what are they gonna be like? So let's say I go up to like a middle school science teacher. So it's a middle school science teacher, and let's say it's like a woman. She's probably gonna be like, very sexual. So the thing is, giving you a category like gay, lesbian, bisexual, it doesn't quite do its job. Like, what I mean by that is, if I was trying to learn about you and you just tell me you're gay or you're lesbian, I wouldn't know nothing. But if you tell me you're asexual, if you tell me you're transgender and this part of your body was intersex before, and now you switch to this gender from this gender, and or you were like queer because of this reason, then that'll give me some insight, some information. But when I say that it'll give me some inside information, what I mean is, just by knowing, Dang it. Just by knowing. Just by. Gotta wash the phalanges. We gotta wash the phalanges. We gotta wash the phalanges. But no, so if I told you like I'm gay, or if I was a girl and I told you I'm lesbian, you wouldn't know like anything. It's just like saying, oh hey, I'm straight. Oh hey, you're straight. Like, anyone can say that. But if you're throwing out, oh, I'm bisexual, bi-curious, and like pansexual, and transgender, and intersex, and non-binary, and asexual, then you're throwing out all this crazy stuff that they're like, whoa. I don't even know all the terms. I just know because I took a class, a communications class, that there's like a bunch of different stuff. There's like more stuff than you need to know. And they didn't teach nothing about asexual in that class. They didn't teach nothing. I learned about asexual because I took a class in sociology, but I already knew about it, so it was like a refresher. But if you want to know about why why are there these gay people and these lesbian people? So, I believe that I don't know actually. I said, wait, what's this? Oh. So, if growing up, you're very like sexually mature for your age, you probably won't end up being any of those things, like the regular things, like the gay, lesbian, bisexual. You'll probably end up growing up asexual, whatever. But intersex you have to be born with. Queer you could develop at a young age. Asexual you probably won't develop that at a young age unless like you were abused and then you turn asexual because like you don't like dealing with people. But a lot of guys who watch a bunch of OnlyFans and feel like they're desensitized, but they're not. So what it means to be desensitized is it's not like by choice. So like if I present to you the most beautiful, just beautiful women, beautiful girls, and they want to just, you know, And you say, no, I can't. And they're like, but why? And and um no, but so let's check my hairline. Check my hairline. So, in this so my face is ugly. Get out of here. I can't hold the other one. Um, so I don't know what else to say. I think I taught enough. But remember, so, did I spill? Oh, oh. I need to work my triceps. I need to work my triceps. I got this middle part. Fatty, fatty. Ah. Fatty, fatty. What you need to know is that, oh, oh. I don't know what else to teach you, So you'd have to learn by yourself.